Alright, so as you can see, I've popped those in and they're all formulas. If I click on this Show Formulas button, it'll show those to you there. So I've referenced our Input Assumptions tab to get those credit purchases August through to September, and then just equaled the cell for these months, September, October, November. Great. So our next step is to do the same thing for our GST reclaimable and payable. If you like, you can have a go at doing that on your own and then having a look at the video afterwards, or you can just follow this. Okay, so we'll start with GST reclaimable, and this is a little bit different because we've previously put these on different tabs, but they're just one below the other, and then we've also got a total down the bottom, which you don't have to be too concerned about if you don't want to. Sorry. Alright, so we know that GST can be reclaimed on purchases in the month following the purchase. So we'll have August, September, and October in here. Now we need to add up both our cash and credit purchases. So we'll go over to the Input tabs, and if I scroll down, for August we had 66,000 cash purchases plus our credit purchases, and then we'll press enter, and that'll pop those in there as well. If you want to save some time on this one, you can lock in these rows, the 24 and the 25, press enter, and then Control C and pop that below. As you can see though, it's come up with the same number, so it's 121,000. So what we need to do is change it from B, the B column, which references August, to the C column and then the D column. That's one way of saving a little bit of time, otherwise you can just click if it makes more sense to you. It's totally up to you, but I'll just do this one to show you how. D and D. So let's pop those in there. Now we've got to look at any operating expenses we have, and remember to take out depreciation. So we'll go over to our Input Assumptions tab. So we know we don't have any wages or salaries because there's no GST on that. So we'll just have our operating expenses less our depreciation. Press enter on that one. So that'll be the same deal. You can either just click across on the same ones or lock those rows, the rows in, and just change the column as you copy them down. Finally, we want to see if there was any asset purchases and set up a formula for that. So only October had an asset purchase. These two don't. However, we ideally would want to set up the formula in all of these, because then if we did have an asset that we just missed when we were putting it in, we would only have to change it on the Input tab because that would already be set up. There we go. That one's done. So the next step is to do our formula to calculate GST and then total those up. So we'll have equals our sum of these three columns divided by 11 to get the GST amount. If we then lock in the B, so the columns on those, we can copy that across to the other two and paste them in there, so that then we know that they reference the correct columns. And then if we go equals sum and grab all 3 rows and drag that across, it'll calculate the rest. Now I'm going to pause it again and give you a go at doing the GST liability using the same ideas as we did for the reclaimable, and then I'll show you the answers. So if you pause now, you can have a go.